What's going on, guys? This is Frank Hatzis, and you're in Rope Dart School. A dartist had a question. He asked, how do you keep your students from getting bored? That's a great question. And the easy answer is if you're doing all of the right things, they shouldn't be getting bored. This video is going to discuss not necessarily how to keep your students from getting bored, because that's just the symptom of a problem. The problem is that the instructor needs to work on their approach to teaching and perhaps hone their skill level a little bit more before they start teaching. And I do understand the value of teaching to learn how to teach. It's like you can't not teach. I understand that, but also at the same time, perhaps hone your skill level. The most basic is you want to keep a comprehensive curriculum. What I mean by that is when you look at Rope Dart Academy curriculum, and I'm going to be referencing that a lot because that's what I use and that's what works. That's what works. So a comprehensive curriculum means we start at square one, the bottom zero basic information, and from there slowly work our way up. Everyone that's physically capable can do a basic downspin. It's a very easy thing to remember. So that's technically where I start everyone. Another thing you want to do is to keep the class moving. A lot of times instructors are not prepared for the class they're going to teach. Look, take it seriously, especially if you're charging. If you're charging folks for rope dart instruction, you should take the time beforehand to go over curriculum by yourself with some friends, whatever it is when you're first starting out, to see that what you're teaching actually makes sense. And if what you're teaching doesn't make sense, don't make excuses, change it. Your classes should be structured. Now, that not just in the knowledge bank, not in just the techniques you're going to be teaching, it should be structured in the sense that the students, if it's a big class, the students are standing in a good formation. And for beginners, for me, that's a circle. And I'm not going to get into all of the great reasons why a circle works amazing. Check out my book, Traditional Modern Rope Dart. I go over all this stuff. Having that structure of not only what you're going to be teaching, but how you have the students stand, what exactly you're going to do from beginning to end. You should know. Look, if you've taken a beginner workshop with me, let's say Rope Dart 101, I could say this for all of them, but especially Rope Dart 101. If you took that rope dart class with me on a Friday, and you took it again on a Saturday and a Sunday, you'd be like, oh my God, he's saying the exact same things. Even the jokes are the same. It's all the same. You want to know why? Because consistency is what gets not only you to hone your skills as an instructor, but consistency is going to translate to the students with regard to how structured, once again, that word structured, how structured the class is. If I say home position, everybody knows what that is. I could have a class of 250 people, and if I take the 20 seconds to explain what a home position is, and then I say, okay, everybody, home position, 250 rope darters are going to get into the home position. That's the kind of structure I'm referring to right now with regard to students getting bored. Drills, drills, drills. We have in our curriculum drills built into all of the classes. So the students are learning the techniques, they're drilling the techniques, they're learning new techniques, they're then drilling both of those techniques. You see where I'm going with this? It just keeps stacking higher and higher and higher. And the beauty of it is there's no end to it. You could go all the way to the moon. It's perfect. I'll just say it, if you take a workshop with Rope Dart Academy, we encourage so hard, we encourage so heavily, but, this is the big but, it has to be sincere. Don't lie to a student that's doing not so well. Find the one thing they're doing and make a parade out of it. not literally, again, it needs to be authentic. So how is it authentic? Well, if you care about how well your students are doing, then it will be authentic. So just be that person. Just be that person that cares how well their student does, and then you'll be that person. It is that simple. Also, you want to be present. You want to look, I've been in workshops where I'm, going through the routine, blah, 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 doing the thing that worked 100 times before. And for some reason, there's a little resistance. Like, why is it not working right now? And I shift at that moment. All right, well, and I have a lot of experience, so it's easy for me to do that. But I will shift quickly on a dime when I see that the students are a little confused, and sometimes the energy is just off. Maybe it's probably me. It's probably my energy, because I could say one thing excitedly and the students will get it. And if I say something in a way that I almost come off as bored, oh my God, I'm saying this again, they might not get it because they're too busy worrying about the emotional exchange that's happening and not actually the techniques that they're learning. The lesson should always be about the students. So I cannot stand instructors that showboat. I don't even want to say what I want to say right now. Instructors that showboat it's the worst. It is. And this is what I mean. If you ever see an instructor give the students a drill and then are just walking around the circle or whatever it is, just doing whatever, blah, blah, blah. Here I'm rope darting. I'm so great. I can't stand that. I've seen it. It's awful. Don't do it. Don't do it. Here's my rule for that. If your students aren't doing it, you're not doing it. Showboating is also when, and I've seen instructors do this, everything I'm telling you guys, it'll be 20 years in January. 20 years. So I'm coming from 20 years of experience. I'm telling you, it's true. I've seen it, rope dart and other things, where the instructor will just stand up and you could do this, 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 and they're going over all the things they can do, and the students are standing there like, all right, what the heck am I doing here? It's not about you. So here's another nugget. If you're going to be an instructor, and I highly encourage rope dart instructors to be this way, please don't make it about you. It's not about you. So take everything about you other than your knowledge and expertise with rope dart and the instruction of rope dart. Get rid of that other stuff. It's about the students 100% every single time. There is no exception to this rule. It does not matter if it's one student, 2, 100, whatever. It makes the students self-conscious. It makes them not think about what you're telling them. It makes them only think about the emotional exchange that's happening. Let me tell you something. When you do that, when you stand in front, talk about getting your students being bored. If you're standing in front of students and all you're doing is showing them how cool you are, yeah, they're bored. 100% bored, out of their mind, bored. Don't talk too much. Give the students the information they need to begin the process of whatever the technique is, and then shut up. I see it. Instructors that don't stop talking. Talk about students are bored. If you're in front of a class and you just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper into the intricacies of this amazing technique that you came up with, give me a break. Okay, so there you have it. Those are my points for, again, it's not necessarily keeping your students from becoming bored as it is just being a good rope dart instructor. So I hope that this information finds everybody well. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. Happy New Year to all of you. Blessings to your families. Great health above all else. Peace, love, dart life.